Thank you for joining me today for the Secrets of the Weald META event. This is my second time trying this total, first time finishing it. We're going to go over mechanics and stuff. Actually, I am on the ALAC DPS, Power DPS Luminary. So this commander was great. He separated us out to 3 groups. You see arrow, circle, and heart for the pylon. So the first part of this fight, you've got to fight. You got to basically destroy these drills or these pylons, and you do that, you have to stay in the blue area in order to damage the pylons. And the blue area rotates and all this stuff, and the pylons send out shock waves. You have ads in here, but you just try to keep the area clear. And you can see, look at the DPS on my meter. This build does very well for this, and I just learned this only after a couple hours playing this. You get the rotation down. It's fairly easy. But anyways, it's more about mechanics in the build, but this build did really well. I'll be doing this build probably with some strikes or a raid at some point, just to see the DPS, maybe go over mechanics of the build. So every you're going to DPS this, and at 75, 50, and 25%, different things happen. And this is only the first part. Once you defeat the drills, then you actually fight the boss. And here I was typing to somebody. Sorry about the pause in action. Someone had messaged me something. Okay, so 25%, 75%. Now we've got to kill the golems because they're shielding the device. And don't forget, this is timed, so you only get so much time to get stuff done, so good DPS is essential. And of course you need good supports for good DPS. 1, it keeps them alive. 2, activate skills quicker and boost damage, and decreases cooldown with the alacrity and quickness and might, fury, and all that jazz. Okay, now we're back in the blue. And if you're doing this meta, you can see on my screen the text will help you. Of course, the commander will call it out as needed. The commander we had here was really good. Stability is really good here. One challenging thing about this build is part of the rotation. Shoots you forward, and it's easy if you tab off target. You see, it happens to me quite a bit, so I have to get better at that. But I do have AoE for my skills, so as long as I stay in the blue, it doesn't matter too much. And there's the knockdown. Okay, 50%, now your CC. So CC is important for this meta. And you can see on the right hand side too, these health bars for all these pylons are going down pretty consistently. And so here you see there are the winds, like if you've done Decima, where the winds kind of swipe you to a certain side. This does the same thing. See the winds? And usually they say it's just better to go with the wind. It'll just bring you around. Same thing in, like, if you've done the Icebrood Saga, the first snow golem there, he does the same thing. Does a little bit of whirligig, spins you around. You just kind of go with the flow and just get back to the blue area as soon as you can. so forth. And then you gotta take out the golem because you get a boss golem. 25%. First time I ran this though, I was on my Alac Spectre, which does give pretty good stability, so I wasn't getting knocked around as much. So if you have a build that brings stability, if you're a support, definitely useful here because I'm getting knocked around like a rag doll. But as you can see, we were the last ones to get our golem down. So I guess I can't claim Circle Group was the best group, but we were still a very good, in fact, great group. Okay, see that if you get too close, border your screen gets red because you're up in there. Don't do that, you're going to get take damage. Of course, I was getting there from my jumps and mobility, but I wasn't staying there, so I was fine. But just so you're aware, that does do bad stuff to you. So northern groups win in this race. That would be Arrow. Circle is in third, Heart is in second. But we're all still close together, so that's good. So I know the commander didn't specifically plan who he separated where, but he did a good job with how it lined up. And look, we're all going to finish at about the same time. And if you happen to finish yours, yeah, you have like 30 seconds, so you do kind of want that. So they were probably pulling off a little bit. There we go. Fabulous. So, like the Octavine and Missive Gent there, all that stuff, coordination's key. You got to get finished up within 30 seconds of each other. Alright, and here comes the main boss. You go back to the center after the pylons, main boss spawns. Here we go. Gwillian, Seneschal of the Forest. So just stack. Does this laser things in the middle, like you see some of these like bounty bosses do and such. Just watch out for those. If you stay close, you're not really going to get hit with these circling bubbles. So this includes you peeps that like to range and be off stack. I don't care if you like to range, but you're going to want to be in tight. That way you receive boons and such. And of course, you see that animation. I just dodged it wrong. Shockwave. Stability is always good. Okay. So you see the lasers there, so you want to be right up in the hitbox there. Because if you're out under from the hitbox, you're going to hit by those lasers. Dodge. Cool looking fight though. I didn't get a chance for a look at the boss. I was too busy trying to remember my rotations. It's like I said, I only learned this like an hour or two. It does kind of, someone just said something about a sponge. It does kind of look like a sponge. Okay, see my text. You are now a bunny. Jump in the orbs to open Gwillian's Defiance bar. So you see you have multiple jumps, kind of like when you go into wisp form in some of the convergences. Just gotta grab the orbs. And so there you go. And watch out for other stuff being thrown up, so there's always things to be aware of. When you get enough orbs, you come down, then there's a CC bar. Gotta break that bar. Watch out for falling rocks, right? Again, staying in the middle in a stack is your best hope for survival. Good job with the breaks, there we go. Remember, broken bar means they're stunned and they take a bit more damage, so CC is always good no matter where you go and what you're doing. Okay, so now you have to go kill these random illusions. And they're not only on the platform, you can see them below the platform. They're ley lines to help you get back up to the platform. So I wasn't sure because I think this is my first time in this phase, so I kind of followed the tag. If you're ever not sure, just follow the commander. I dismount to do more damage, and that's when we cleared the last one. That's okay. I get an A for effort, in my humble, correct opinion. Okay, back to the battle. So, I'm doing over 30k damage on a support class, so this is probably going to get nerfed, along with all the other ones coming up real soon, especially if anybody's playing World versus World. The balance is way off in that. It's crazy insane. Alright, again, see some of the AoEs. We're going to start getting tugged and pushed a little bit, or actually pulled. Those AoEs are pulling you. See those portals? Do not go into those. It just sends you somewhere else, so you want to avoid that if you can. So, movement abilities are good. And that's an awful combo. You're being pulled, then shockwave, so you fall down, and then you're stunned and it pulls you. You can't pull against it. Good combo for the boss, I suppose. Alright, again, see the lasers. You're up tight in the hitbox. If you do World versus World, it's kind of like the Stoic Keep Lord. If you stay running underneath his hitbox when he does the shockwave pounce, you don't get hit by it. Alright, so bunny. I didn't have the bunny this time, but other people did, so they got clipped the orbs. Now I'm the bunny. Didn't think I had it, it's just he was ahead of that. So now I'm the bunny, and of course doing what I did last time. Now that I've done it once, it makes more sense. And I can be more efficient with it. Okay. Watch out for the gate. Okay, CC. Remember, after the bunnies he gets a CC bar, so let's break that action and DPS him down. Kinda looks like a Teletubby with wings. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to sleep tonight now that I've noticed that. Okay, my graphics are low, so that's why it looks kind of wonky. Okay, so at this point, 50% after the break bar, we have to go back to our original locations and kill those golems again. So Remember, 75% illusions, 50% is golems back at your drill or pylon, whatever you want to call them. CCs are good. There we are. See how much faster they melt? And then just go help out others if they need help. But they were already finishing up when I got there. Oh, I was gonna res him, but he's up now. So there's a ley line. Hop on that. Free ride to the top. And back to the Mothman. Grabbed the wrong bombs by mistake, my bad. But you know what, when you get these, once you turn into a bunny you lose them. So I don't even know if they're really that effective to even grab. Because when you come back from bunny form, they're gone. So I know it was a long, boring fight. If you're watching this, you can probably just skip so you can see the mechanics. Again, lasers, be up tight under the hitbox. So you can see I'm trying to move now to position myself on the side where the gates aren't pulling me. Okay, bunny mode coming up. I am now a bunny, okay? We know what happens here. Jump. And you get a little bit of endurance refill when you grab an orb. But I keep an eye on it so when I'm down to the last it's not as far of a fall. And I think that's part of the trick, is if you're not careful, you fall, you take damage, you get stunned for a few. There we go. Break the bar, watch a shockwave. Oh, there's no shockwave there. Oh, there it is, yeah, it just didn't show up on my graphics. %. Ground's going back up. And now that's what happens to go through the gates. So stay away from there. And we're doing, ooh, this, I didn't see him there. There's some guy dead on a tree branch. And if you're fully dead, waypoint, and what I tell people, have a jade waypoint up. That way you can get to back faster. So again, we're doing illusion phase. And you see the bar fills on the right hand side. And then after this, we just finish the boss. It's funny doing this one because my first time it completed. The first time, this is the second time ever doing it. The first time we did it, we didn't make it to past the pylon stage. We got really close. It was like 4%. Then failed. And so at first when we were doing this, I thought that was just the end. I thought we just had to do that. We did. I was like, yeah, we won. They're like, okay, come back to the center. I'm like, for what? I thought maybe for chest or something, and then realized there's actually a boss with this. Alright, here we go. Final engagement with the boss. So the commander did a great job. I can't remember their name, but they were really organized, really good about the mechanics and division of groups. So he's saying move a bit from under boss. So maybe you want to be off center? Either way, I don't think I ever really took damage from lasers, and I was kind of right on or very close to the stack. Okay, bunny time. Ooh, that was close. Got stunned and almost went through that gate again. Alright, CC, because you know that comes after the bunny. And then burn. And we still have 6 minutes, so this was really good. Wasn't terribly close. Okay, so those peeps get hit by lasers. So just watch your positioning. Find that sweet spot and hang out there. Good DPS in our group. I mean, looking at my meter, it was, you can see everybody's 20, 30k. That's kind of where you want to sit for these if you have it. And if you don't, you just work up to it. Okay, Gwillian's returning to its slumber. Bye-bye. Alright, so that is the secrets of the Weald Gwillian illusion boss. That was fun. I was thankful to be a part of it. Good commanding, good player. All the players did a great job. Hope this helps you figure out the mechanics and what's going on and where you need to be. And I hope you have the most excellent day.